Hi everyone, I'm Jennie with Infinity Real Estate, and today I'm excited to be talking with two experts about interior design, because I know you have questions about what's in, what's out, what's classic, what's not, and I'm so excited to do this, and I look forward to our conversation. So here we are with Terry O'Neill and Suanne Eaton, and I am so grateful that they have joined me today because I love looking at a home and I can tell that it looks great, but there is no possible way that I could do the things that they do, whether from a staging perspective or an interior design perspective. Terry, I know that you are quite a visionary interior designer. I would love for you to tell us a little bit about how you got into design as a passion of yours, and just a little bit about you.
Well, I actually work in operations within the pharmaceutical industry, but as a small kid, I would look at a home, the outside of a home, and I would think, it needs to be different. And I remember my mom saying, you have a gift. As I started buying homes, I realized when I walked into a home, I thought, that wall needs to go down. Or, gosh, that's the worst color. Or, why do they have that there? And I always saw the home finished. I never saw the home as it was, as a seller had it. I always saw in my mind what it should look like.
That is exciting. Well, thank you for sharing. And Suanne, tell us a little bit about your background.
I really just came into this because I wanted to be with the kids. My son's in real estate, and I would get the call. Well, first of all, I would be missing items in my home. I'd come home and go, I swear there was something on that wall. We would go stage a home, and that would be it. And then I'd get a phone call a couple of weeks later. You want to go do another one? And I love it. So it's been a good journey.
We're in 2026 now. What things are in? What things are out?
So cooler colors, in particular gray, is out. And I have friends who love gray. And one of the things that I tell them is if you want to keep the gray that you have, add taupe. Taupe is a mix of a warm color and a cool color, and it will complement both warmth and cool. You can go to a paint store and you can see a palette that has all the different shades of taupe, or the shades of warmer colors, or even taupe that has more of a warm hue than a gray hue. And so it's a very easy way for them to get the palette of which they can change the colors within their rooms.
Floating furniture is very in. Pushing everything back against the walls like we used to make the center so much larger is really out. It needs to be cozy, warm, conversational. And so taking things away from the walls, that is better. Up against the walls and stuff, that's just not what we do anymore.
Every time that we, my partner and I, my husband and I, when we go to remodel a home, we want people to feel tranquil.
We don't want to take all the personalization out of a house, but what are the recommendations that you both have for making a space look its best with regard to smaller decor?
Pillows are very important. So there's a rule 60-30-10. 60 with your primary, 30 with a secondary color, and 10 with an accent color that you're going to have. And if people keep that, for example, within this house, we have a white sofa, but I've added the colors and colors that have flow throughout the house with pillows. And they can be reasonable. They can be changed very easily. If you're not happy or you want to change a color, it's not a huge investment that you put into whatever the purchase was, or painting or wallpaper, for example. When I help my friends with their homes, one of the things that I've always said to them is, what are the colors that look best on you? Because usually what looks best on you looks best around you.
Even if it's hot pink?
Even if it's hot pink.
Okay.
It could be that 10% where we put a pillow in hot pink.
Can we talk for a minute about making sure that we're not making spaces too personal, because if we do ever want to sell a house, we have to make sure that it appeals a little bit more to the masses. So again, I know we're coming at this from two different perspectives, because you're designing a home to live in, you're helping me stage homes to sell, but how do they both come into play?
For me, when I use the stage home, they're empty, so I don't really have to worry so much about it. But if I walk into a home and it's styled and we're going to use part of their furniture or part of their, they're going to live there while it is on the market. It doesn't feel good when I go into a home and ask them to remove all their personal things to them, because it is personal. So you have to pick and choose what little item or big item can stay. Can we put it someplace else where we can incorporate a bright pink with a natural color, more of a, the browns, the creams, something like that, and we can kind of maybe group it with something else instead of having it be a statement piece. And that, I think, is the most important thing for me, because sometimes I forget that, because I walk in and go, wowza. And it's funny how we do, our first impression is we look, and that can change our mind on a dime.
100%. And you hit the nail on the head when you said that the whole process of buying, decorating, selling a home, it's so emotional. And these small little things really can trigger people's emotions. And so part of what we do is we try, like you said, to just minimize the emotion as much as possible by removing things that are too personal.
And that's where the color comes in. For individuals who say, I love orange, use that in your dinnerware, use that in your napkins, use that in your runners, use that in your decorations. That's your personalization. And people will know that it's you. They actually know, oh, it's black, it must be Jennie. When we walk into a home, I don't see the home as it is. It's just the way my brain is. But Jeff sees the home as it is. And he'll say, oh my gosh, did you see the color of those cabinets? Oh, did you see that room? And he'll make comments like, oh, we've got to pull that out. And then later we get home or we're in the car and he'll say to me, what did you think of this? And I don't remember it because I already see beyond it. Right. I've gone with friends when they've looked at homes and they walk in and they see a red room and they go, oh, what were they thinking when they painted that room red? That is hideous. And they don't want to go any further.
Correct. And that is so important. And I appreciate you saying it. And same thing with you, Suanne, because 22 years now I have been doing this, and I have been through probably 1,000 homes at least with buyers. And you are so correct. They will look at a red wall and they cannot get beyond it. We're not all like Terry, right? We can't walk into a house and see beyond everything. 98% of people cannot do that. And so what we have to create for them is just this really visually warm, inviting, appealing aesthetic that they can attempt to see and feel themselves in.
Not only do you have to declutter it and depersonalize it, but you have to think you are selling a commodity here. And they have to stop and say, this is no longer our house. We need to get our top dollar, and we need to make sure that whoever walks through that door says, I can have my brown caramel sectional sofa fit in that space no matter what color it is.
Let's go back to basics a little bit with surfaces. Let's start with you and flooring. What's in, what's out?
Oak flooring that was bleached or blonde is out.
Completely out. What about oak floor that has been stained a darker color?
So walnut coloring is in.
Okay.
Some people are still interested in buying large plank. Maple flooring, the actual wood, maple wood is coming back in. As Suanne mentioned, it is about warmth now.
Okay.
And the feeling of coziness. and which is an important thing here in the Pacific Northwest because of our weather. We want to feel warm,
Right.
especially during the wintertime.
Along that note, we went through quite a long phase, in my opinion, of white kitchens. White. Not black, but white. Where does the all-white cabinet concept fit into what is current today?
So with white on white, I struggle staging wise because I can't, to warm it up, I got to fill it up. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I have to put a lot of things on the counters so it's not so stark white,
Those types of kitchens, well, and spaces in general, they don't have that warm feeling.
Right. So we struggle because then I walk in and the girls have put in some canisters in this corner and they've got a cookbook in this corner and they've got wooden spoons over here and they've got little things at the sink. But then I take it away and it doesn't photo well.
Not everybody can afford to just remodel their entire kitchen. How can you take a very white kitchen, how could you bring in some wood in a smaller spot to be able to warm it up? What are some examples?
I believe that paint
Okay.
is probably the most efficient use right now for individuals. If you have, pure white as a color, you can have your cabinets painted to be a warm white.
Paint is one of the least expensive ways that you can make changes. So if somebody really wants their green or their blue, that's okay, because they're not necessarily going to have to rip it all back out.
Put your color into your art. Make your home, but it doesn't have to be on the carpet or on your sofa or on your kitchen counter. You can display colors that you like within your art itself, and it's a reflection of you.
We've talked about paint, we've talked about art, how you can use color to be personal, but let's talk about wall coverings, because you are a masterclass, your home is a masterclass in wall coverings.
So wallpaper is still in. It will be cyclical. I'm sure there will be a period where it is out. One of the things that you'll see in my home is very few patterns. There's a pattern in my office, there's a pattern in a bathroom, it's actually a mural, but for the most part, what you'll find in this house is textures.
Texture.
Whether it's in fabric, whether it's on your draperies, this is Italian linen, but I highly encourage individuals to make it feel that warmth, and you can do that by wallpaper and fabrics. The other thing that I'm not a fan of, because we do hang our wallpaper, is peel and stick. So
Do they still make peel and
and it's becoming more popular.
or no?
And so,
Because you could peel it or restick it.
well, what happens, because we tried it, you peel it and you start at the wall and then you realize it's slightly askew. And then you try to lift it off and then part of your drywall is coming off with it. So you get it, and then now the bottom is sticking together of the peel and stick of this entire sheet of wallpaper. So you're saying, don't pull too hard, don't pull too hard. And then of course it rips. So I tell everybody, stay away from peel and stick. They market it as the end all. I say it should end, is where it should be, because it's a nightmare.
So we're touching on our Pacific Northwest canvas with the fact that we don't always have bright sunny days. And there are design trends that are more appropriate here in the Pacific Northwest than you might see in other places. So give us some ideas for how to maximize for the Pacific Northwest canvas as opposed to perhaps the desert or a tropical place.
I would recommend for individuals is, what is it that you're trying to attain? What are you in a green forest? Is it woody? Are you near grass? Are you backing up to a wall? And an important factor is we never know how our life is going to change, because it can change at a minute. And you may have to sell your house even though you weren't planning on it. Empty nesters right now, they may thought, I'm going to stay in the house for a while, and then they realize I don't need 5,000 square feet. And so they turn over here, and she says, wow, it looks like romper room here because every room's a different color. So what are we going to do? And you do.
I always tell the girls as we're decoring, our decor starts on the outside. I always put a fresh doormat down and that doormat stays. I don't take it because I think who's ever going to buy the home gets to keep it. It's there. You just keep it.
Yeah.
And then it starts right there. We decide a color. They all if it's dark, I'll go, let's just kind of go with the greens, the creams, or whatever. And like you said, every room can change, but I always tell them, are you going down an old country road where the house, as they walk through it, because they're not here for a long time, walking your home, they're here for a very short time. And I want them to just relax. So it's just really just a flow. So everybody just feels really calm. There's not a lot of anxiety. Again, it comes back to emotion. So if I can neutralize it, I love at the front door to put, if I can, a console table or something where they can envision that's where they're coming in and throw in their keys. Her handbag's gonna go there. She's gonna kick off her shoes, whatever it is. I just like to start there because it always starts at the front door.
I do think that the entrance of home sets the stage.
100%.
So when people walk in, it's the first impression of what the rest of the house will be.
Yes.
Because I can tell you that Jeff will walk into a home and he sees a horrible entry, and when we're looking at homes, and he's done. He doesn't want to go any further.
People make their decisions in seconds, literally seconds. And we have two opportunities with first impressions. One is online, and the second one is when they come to the house. And so we can do some amazing creative things with photography, but if you don't replicate that experience when someone comes to the house, and it starts at the front door, and then once you step into the entry, and Jeff is just such a perfect example of a typical buyer who can't see beyond. Nothing against him, he's 98%. But again, it is just so important that first impression matters, and it is about the details. We could talk all day and it would be so much fun, but we probably should wrap this up. I want to thank you both so much for being here. I learn from each of you every time I see you, and it's not only fun, but it's informative. If I could just summarize real quickly what we've talked about that we think are kind of the key elements for current interior design. It seems to me the buzzwords that we've heard, intimacy, a lot about intimacy, coziness, warmth, creating spaces that are inviting as opposed to stark and cold. In other words, not me. Anything else you want to add to that?
I think, I believe that individuals need to really assess what makes them feel good. And if blue is your color, blue is your color. Whether it's a warm palette, we can incorporate it in. It doesn't have to be throughout the house. It could be in pillows or dinnerware or whatever I said, but make your home your home.
Your home. Because it comes down to how you feel and your emotions.
Correct.
Right? And we're trying to create these warm, comfortable feelings to allow your positive emotions to come to the surface.
Yes.
And then from a sales perspective, in a perfect world, you want to have this palette already created so that when you get a hold of it and we get a hold of it.
Right. Yes, because I'm just adding the final touches, in all honesty. You have done all the work. I just get to add the final touches. So I actually have the easy part of all of this, the selling the home and all of that, because all I got to do is come in and just make what is there look its very best.
Well, once again, thank you so much to both of you. This is going to be a really fun video for people to see and get all kinds of information. So
Thank you.
thank you.
It was fun.